The weight of constantly managing other people's comfort becomes overwhelming. And over time, we find ourselves wondering why we feel so disconnected, not only from others, but from ourselves. The truth is, wearing a mask every day is exhausting. Hi, and welcome to Beyond Empty Nest. I'm your host, Jody Silverman, speaker, mentor, and Chief Dare Officer at Moms Who Dare. Every Thursday, I'll share stories of midlife transformation, happiness tips, and dare you to see the opportunities waiting for you so that you can make this next chapter even better than the last. If you're ready to dare, I'm ready to dare with you. Let's get into today's episode. How are you showing up in the world? Are you showing up as your true authentic self? Or are you pretending to be someone or something you're not? Today, I'm going to talk about the masks we wear. We all wear masks, don't we? Some are invisible while others are more obvious. They hide our insecurities, our doubts, our fears. We put them on every day at work, with friends, and even with family, showing the world a version of ourselves that feels safer, more acceptable. It's as though we're saying, this is not, or this is who I want you to see. While underneath, we're concealing parts of ourselves we think are too much, not enough, or simply unworthy. Is this resonating? The masks become our armor, our shield, our protection. But have you ever stopped to wonder, what are we protecting ourselves from? Is it rejection? Is it judgment? The fear that if we show up as our true selves, we won't be loved or accepted? Or maybe, just maybe, we wear the mask because we don't want to make others feel uncomfortable. This is an interesting one. I love this point because I have a little story here. I used to go live on Facebook. I still do. But when I first started going live on Facebook, I would go live with something I called my soapbox, which was like my take on life's little nuances and annoyances. And I have a family member who would see me live with her coworkers who all knew me at lunchtime. And this family member was so uncomfortable every time I went live. And she actually asked me once, why do you do it? People are laughing at you. And I said, no, they're laughing with me. And you know what? If they're laughing at me, I'm bringing some joy into their life. And yet that statement wasn't that she didn't find what I said funny or entertaining. It was a discomfort within her of putting yourself out there in such a vulnerable way, something that did not bother me. So where are you dimming your light? Because we dim our light, we soften our voices, and we hide our emotions because we fear that if we show up fully as we are, it might be too much for others. We tell ourselves, I'll just keep it easy for them. We adjust and mold ourselves to fit what we think will make others feel better, even if it means compromising who we are at our core. We laugh at jokes we don't find funny. We say yes when we mean no. And we pretend we're fine inside when we're anything but. But what happens when we continually hide parts of ourselves to keep others comfortable or because of your own fear and judgment? I'll tell you what, we begin to lose sight of who we are. We become so accustomed to this act that we forget where the mask ends and where we begin. The weight of constantly managing other people's comfort becomes overwhelming. And over time, we find ourselves wondering why we feel so disconnected, not only from others, but from ourselves. The truth is, wearing a mask every day is exhausting. It weighs us down. It keeps us from experiencing the freedom and joy that comes from being fully, authentically ourselves. The longer we wear it, the more we lose sight of the person behind it. Imagine for a moment what it would feel like to take the mask off, to stop pretending, to let yourself be seen, flaws and all. How liberating would it be to show up, not as a version of you that makes others comfortable, but as the real you, the one with all the quirks, the emotions, the dreams that you've been hiding. The reality is, we shine brightest when we embrace who we truly are. When we let go of the mask, we allow our authentic selves to step into the light. It's in that vulnerability, in that rawness, that we discover our strength, our superpower. And that's when life truly begins to unfold in the most daring, fulfilling ways. I mean, I have to tell you, starting this podcast, that was taking a mask off. There were so many reasons of fear and doubt and judgment and what other people would think. And that kept me from starting this, that I said, well, what if I don't start it? And I took the mask off and I started it. And I just decided I'm going to make a show that I feel resonates with me, that I know will resonate with somebody else out there. So take the mask off. That's what I'm challenging you to do today. Let go of the mask, not just for yourself, but for those around you. Trust that your authentic self won't make others uncomfortable. And if it does, that's not yours to carry. And here, from experience, they will become less uncomfortable the more you show up as your authentic self. Step into your truth. Show up as your full authentic self, because the world doesn't need the version of you that you think it wants. It needs the real you. And that is where your light truly shines. So here's your dare for this week. And I took this dare from my dear friend, Majette Reyes, who is also a coach. She's a trauma counselor, and she took my community of Moms Who Dare members through this exercise. And it's the Dare to Unmask Yourself exercise. Step one is you're going to take a piece of paper and you're going to draw a face on the front of the paper. And then you're going to write down the words that describe yourself that everyone sees, or would describe your qualities that other people would say about you in that picture of the face, in the face, all over it. Behind that mask, flip it over and write down what people don't know about you and the truth about you and what you wish others know about you and don't see or know. So now you have two sides of a mask. One side is how you're showing up, how people see you, how you think people want you to see you. And on the other side, and some of that may be true, on the other side, you're writing what they don't know about you yet, how you wish to be seen in areas of your life. And then dare to slowly take baby steps towards showing the world the other side of the mask, showing the world, revealing to the world who you truly are. Because again, the world doesn't need the version of you you think it wants. It needs the real you. Dare on. Thank you for listening to this episode of Beyond Empty Nest. For detailed show notes and more information, be sure to visit jodisilverman.com. Have you heard of the Double Dares? Well, we're a community of moms and midlife women blending virtual and in-person interactions for connection, support, and exciting experiences. From Mommy and Me classes to soccer sidelines, moms have always found strength in community. And as we navigate the empty nest and other midlife transitions, having that go-to safe space and other women to lean on is a must. Ladies, this is not the chapter to do it alone. Our drama-free group echoes the sentiment of the Cheers theme song, a place where everybody knows your name and our troubles are all the same. If you've been seeking connection and have a desire to figure out who you are and what your purpose is now, then Moms Who Double Dare is the perfect fit for you. Only through the link in our show notes below can you explore and enjoy the first month at half off. Plus, with no contracts, there's zero risk involved. Join us today and get started on your journey of self-discovery, surrounded by new friends who understand and get you. You've sent your kids off to brave new experiences, meet new people, and discover who they get to be. Now it's your turn. It's your turn to embrace this new adventure. If you're ready to dare on, I'm here to lead the way. Let's embark on this exciting journey together. Click the link below, and as I always say, dare on.